Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. This is Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, certified tax coach. I'm the president, founder, CEO of the Henderson Financial Group. And I'm so delighted to be here with you today. Yes, I'm riding solo today. My brother from another mother, James T. Thomas, Hot 105, he's not going to be able to join us today. He's on a assignment with Disney Cruise today. So he's going to be broadcasting live from there. He's going to be gone all week, so I'm going to miss him. But he'll contact me sometime today, I know. And my sister-in-law Linda, she's still on assignment, development duty. Um, but that's okay. We got a great show lined up for you today. I was thinking today, this morning, I was riding into the office. I said I want to do a show on the truth about 401k's and IRAs, and I want to have a for this next hour, I really want to have a heart to heart conversation, a talk with you, because I want you to be able to look at things from a different point of view, because oftentimes a lot of us don't have many people to talk to who really are considered experts in a field, especially when it comes to money management, retirement planning. So I just want to give you a new thought because I know we know we've all heard about retirement planning, about 401k's, about IRAs, and all the rest of the tax deferred type of plans. But I want you to look at it from another viewpoint that you don't hear a lot. Most people follow the crowd. We do what the masses do. 95% of us do the same thing. Believe it or not, think the same way, do the same thing. It's only 5% of us who are rich and wealthy who do things differently. And that's data. That's not me just saying it. That's data. The system that we live in, they track us when we were born until we die. They even have a time estimated lifespan for each and every one of us, believe it or not. The system does that, and it has to because it's a powerful system that we live in. It's not heaven, it's earth. It's not a fair system. It's a system of who you know and how you do things, and luck. But for the most part, you have to gain knowledge, and you have to be around people who are gaining knowledge, and it's the circles that you frequent is very, very important. I didn't know that until latter part of my growing up years, how important it was to be connected, be interdependent. Your friends and people you're around and people who you spend a lot of time with, you really want them to have some sort of value so you guys can help each other. And that's just not taught, especially in the Black community. We just go with it. So it's not structured. We just carefree, just like kids when you're young, whether they're black, white, or whatever. They just kids, just having a good time. But there is a structure, especially in America, well, I would say in the world, that is taking place, and a lot of us are not aware of it. Always two things going on: what appears to be and what really is. So today, I want to talk about this whole retirement planning system that they've set up for the masses, and especially here in the United States. I never bought into it. I mean, when they first came out, IRAs, I never bought into it. And I'm gonna tell you why. I never bought into the 401k plan. It's just, I don't know, man. I always say there's three type of people on the planet. One, those who see, we just see, just it's an instinct, just a discernment. I don't know. We just know. Those who see. The other type of person is those who see when you're told. I'm hoping most of you all who are seeing this program and watching me and have a relationship with the Henderson Financial Group and myself, that when we tell you something, we're not just reading about it, but we've investigated and we've dove into it, and we tried it out ourselves. So the second type of person is those who see, and the third type of person is those who just don't see. You can talk to them until you're blue in the face. You can tell them, you can warn them, and they keep making the same mistakes over and over, and they just keep doing it. I mean, you don't get mad at people like that because there's a reason, there's a place in time for the type of person. There's three kind of people. That's it. You're not going to find any other type of person. If you find three people, you're probably going to find one that sees when they're told, and one that just don't see. All of us know we have relatives, cousins, sister, brothers, friends, even parents who just don't see when they're told. Um, and like I said, this cross the board in terms of race, color, creed, everything. You have these type of people mixed in. Um, but today we're going to talk about really the truth about 401ks, and the reason why I never liked the 401k concept, or I never really liked the IRA, individual retirement account concept. The reason why it never set well with me, because I don't like to owe anybody. What I mean, let me tell you, let me explain by that. So don't get it twisted when I talk about business, because I use other people's money, the banks or any lending institution, for as a ladder to make more money, especially if I'm going to use someone else's money and I'm going to make more money and be able to pay them back and still make more money for myself. That's smart money. What I mean by, I wouldn't want to, and I never, when I was 18, when I was 21 years old, when I first heard about when IRAs first came into existence, back in the 80s, they said you can actually take your money and you can put it into an account, and rather than paying the tax on it every year, the growth, you can postpone the taxes. You can defer the taxes. They didn't use the word postpone, because postpone really hits home. Because when you tell somebody postpone, they know that, it's gonna continue later. But when you say defer, a lot of people don't understand what does that really mean. Because even now today, black, white, Spanish, across the board, there's a lot of smart people, adults, feel that when they put money into a retirement account, somebody didn't tell them, they didn't read the fine print or whatever. They feel that when you reach 59 and a half and you have money into a retirement account, a lot of people still don't know that it's not tax free. You still got to pay taxes. They just like hold your breath, so to speak. You don't have to pay taxes on that money while it's growing and over time. But when you get ready to take that money out after 59 and a half, it's taxable. Every dollar of it is taxable, and you got to pay taxes. But let's go back to my thoughts, because then we're gonna talk about this, and I want you to share this conversation with people, because this really goes over our head, and a lot of us, even the college graduates right now that's getting master's degrees and PhDs, this concept goes over their head, because we just kind of like subconsciously just do what everybody else do. You get a new job, you just, the HR department give you benefits. They give you medical benefits, they give you retirement benefits. Join a 401k plan or IRA plan or 403b plan or 457 plan. It's just part of it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, this is what you do. But I want to think. And they say, I want you all to think today, and let's have this conversation, because it has been said that the hardest thing for mankind to do is think. Now, you may say, what do you mean? We all think. Yeah, we all think. Most of us think the same thoughts every day. Think about it. When I'm talking, I want you to really psychoanalyze yourself and be honest with yourself, because you got to be true for yourself. Most of us think the same way. We eat most of the same stuff. We do most of the same thing. That's not really thinking. That's memorization. That's just conforming. I mean, we mostly do. That's why one of my pet peeves is traffic, because if it used to be 5 o'clock traffic, but now it's 3 o'clock traffic all over the country. Maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock. You get on the highway and people just start going slow. Like, why are you going slow? Why you going slow? Why you going slow? We all just going slow. Why? Because just what we do at 3 or 4 o'clock. We just do that. See, that's a psychological, that's a trained subconscious behavior, and a lot of us do that. So let's get back to and I can't stand traffic. That's why I like to go around traffic. I stay late to 8 o'clock in my office, and then I work from home, and then I come in after that traffic. I come in later. Unless I kind of hate when I have a 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock appointment. I try to get them later because the traffic is crazy. And then like today, when I'm in the office today, Saturday. But then again, after the show, I'm gonna have a full day, no traffic, no nothing. Love it. I get here. Think about it. I get here to do a 9 a.m. show on the East Coast. There's no traffic. I love that. And traffic can really teach you a lot about the mindset. How some people going nowhere fast. They don't care about going. And it's pretty much like life. People are just existing, just floating, so to speak. Okay, let's get back on. I know Heisey and Linda and Natalie and all the people around me and Tavares. with Tonio, if they know that I got this, I can go off on traffic. I can tell a big story about traffic psychologically, what's going on in the next driver's head, whether they're on the telephone or they're just, watching a video. They don't care about the people behind them. It's just, I think it's inconsiderate. Okay, let me stop. Okay, let's get back to the why I don't, and I'm going to tell you to think about 401k's and IRAs. I just want to give you a different thought, because the media and the masses in the world has made you look just this way. I want you to be able to look that way too. Don't just look that way. Just follow the crowd. I want you to ask questions. Why? Why would I do that? And that's what today's show is about. Why would you put money in a 401k? Now, one good thing about it is when it kind of forces you, even though some people around the country they save $50 a month into a retirement account. Think about that. $50 a month. $50 a month times 12 months. That means for the whole year, you only care to save for yourself $600? There's people out there buying Gucci shoes or shirt or stuff for $600 for one time. And you call yourself an adult, and all you want to do is save $50 a whole month? How much retirement you think you're going to have at saving $600 a year? 10 years go by, that's $6,000. But $6,000 in 10 years don't have the same purchasing power. It's not as powerful as $6,000 today. $6,000 that's 10 years from now is weaker than $6,000 today because of inflation, the cost of service, the cost of goods. I tell you, a postal stamp that costs 66 cents today, 10 years from now, it ain't gonna still cost 66 cents. It's gonna cost more. So your dollar's gonna need more lift, gonna have to do more heavy lifting 10 years from now. As a matter of fact, in 20 years, your dollar gonna have to be double of what it's lifting. It has to lift double what it's lifting right now, because that's inflation, especially growing at 3%. And just a little while ago it was at 6%, so it was even worse. Okay, so let's get back to why did I had this instinct. Why didn't I want to do when I first heard about when they came out in the 1980s and they came out with a 401k? Because it doesn't make a lot of sense to save your money now. To me now, to save your money now, and no, I didn't get this from anybody. I just thought it just came to me. In 1980, they said 4 IRAs came out, then later 401k's came out, and they say invest and save your money for retirement, and you don't have to pay any of the taxes. And when the money grows, if you do a good job investing, you have to pay taxes when you take it out 20, 30 years later. That didn't make sense to me either, because I'm thinking, when they said that, this is what I heard. We got a plan here. The U.S. government has a plan that says that we don't want you to pay taxes now on the seed. Think about a seed and think about a farmer. We don't want you to pay taxes on the seed because it's little and the taxes would be little. We want you to plant the seed and make the seed grow and cultivate it over 20 or 30 years. And now the seed is a big harvest. It's a big tree or something. Now, then when you get ready to take it out, then we want you to pay taxes. I'm like, huh? That don't make a lot of sense. Wouldn't you want to pay taxes on a little bit of money? But the government says no. Put a lot of money in there and hopefully it'll grow over 20, 30 years. And then when you get ready to take it out, now pay the taxes. That seemed ass backwards to me. And I felt like, am I the only one hearing this? I mean, that's a pimp game. I mean, why would anybody do? And then every year they tell you you could put more in a retired 401k in an IRA and not pay the taxes. Matter of fact, we'll give you a tax deduction, they said. Okay, they're gonna give you a tax deduction and it's gonna help you in your taxes. And this year, why 10, 20, 30 years when the money has blown up and you put so much money in there and it never been taxed, virgin money. Now when you get ready to take it out and use the money when you really need it, You got to pay all this taxes forever. Oh, and then if you drop dead, whoever you leave it to, your wife or your loved ones, they got to pay taxes. So the government's getting all that deferred postponement that they postpone, they getting it back. There's a saying in the government give it, the government take it away. There's no free lunch. The only way you can get around all this finagle stuff is you got to have a business. You got to be an entrepreneur. Now, a lot of people can be a 9 to 5, have a W-2, work for the man, work for the government, but you got to have your hustle on the side, because the U.S. Tax code has been written for people that have stuff on the side, a little business on the side, entrepreneur, a business owner, self-employment, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things and loopholes that are very advantageous in the U.S. tax code that you can use. I give a case in point. We were just with a doctor. We was working on a doctor yesterday, me and Larissa. And this guy, let's say he makes $500,000, W-2, but he has little side hustles on the side. And normally he would pay about 40%, after state and all the taxes, federal and state taxes, about $200,000. Well, how about we did his program and did all his stuff and analyzed and put his pieces together? He's getting like $170,000 back. Yeah, same guy. Before 10 years with a CPA. And we had to use all of the muscle, all the firepower that's located in the U.S. tax code that say you can do that. The IRS is just tickle pink. They ain't gonna tell you nothing. They said billions of dollars each year that people just don't even know the strategies. They just don't know. Nobody tell me, just do, because we do the same thing. Get on, just like we get in traffic. 4 o'clock, we just go slow. No accident, we just go slow. We just do it. Why we do it? Everybody do it. And we just do it. You don't even know the car next to you, just do it. So everybody just do it. Everybody just get the 401k, because your girlfriend, your boyfriend get a 401k, everybody get IRA. But I want you to think about what's going on here. What we really saying? What are they really saying? They're saying, take your money and invest it. Firstly, they know you ain't a stock broker and you're not a stock professional. They know you don't know about these funds, ABC funds and XYZ fund and growth and income funds. They know that. However, when you get ready to join this company, this job, and they offer a 401k or IRA or some type of 403b plan, you got to actually pick the plans. Normally we know our girlfriend, boyfriend, our friend, or whatever, the captain, whatever you pick, help me to pick these. Come on. They're not even the expert. They're on the job like you. Now they smart. No, they don't really know. And plus, when you put your money in those accounts, you don't really know the fees that come into those accounts. You don't ask. You don't even know. You can't control the market because something happened over in the Middle East or some part of the country or something happened in the world. Stock market, y'all see it up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, over a long period of time, it does work out. But man, you got to be checking your pulse and looking and oh my God, and you get your statement is up. Who wants to live like that? There's a better way. And then you got to pay taxes on it later. So let me ask you guys a question. If I ask you a question, I want all y'all to answer this silently within yourself. You got 3 buckets. Everybody, there's 3 buckets, 3 places to put money. When you save money, there's 3 places, only 3 places you can put money. 3 buckets. So use your imagination. Bucket number 1, when you save some money, you want to invest, it's a taxable bucket. It's taxable. It's a taxable bucket. In other words, if you buy real estate and you fix it up and you sell it, that's a taxable event. That's a taxable bucket. If you take money and you put it into a CD, a bank account, and they give you interest, that's a taxable bucket. You got to pay the tax on that interest. So that's a taxable bucket. Okay. If you buy Apple, at $170 and now is at $195, that profit that you made, you got to pay, and you sell it, you make a profit, you got to pay taxes. Who? You got to pay the government. You got to pay government taxes. So that's a taxable bucket. The second bucket that all of us, deal with, well, most of us, I don't, is the tax deferred bucket. Meaning that you invest money into this bucket. And it could be mutual funds, it could be invest stocks, it could be whatever. But it's postponing, it's tax deferred bucket, meaning that you believe in not paying taxes on the seed. You want to pay tax on the harvest when the bucket really filled up and you pay the most taxes. That's on a tax postponement strategy. The third bucket is a tax-free bucket, meaning that you have already paid the taxes. Now you put your money into this investments bucket, whatever investments this bucket have in it, you put your money in there. When you get ready to take your money out, there's zero tax. If you put a little bit of money in there and you wait 10, 20, 30 years, now it's a lot of money in there. When you get ready to take it out, there's no taxes. Now, how many of you all would want the third bucket? Let's be honest. Let me see you put a one, put a one in the post of one if you want the third bucket, the tax-free bucket. When you put your money in and you take it all out tax-free, put in there if you want tax deferred, tax postponement bucket. I just want to take a poll here. And then put over, you just want to pay taxes on it. Okay. Who wants to just pay taxes? So a one, if you want tax free. Okay. A two, if you want to not pay taxes now, but you pay taxes later. Again, I've never seen anything that you that you need to do right now, but you postpone it until later. That's like a person got stage 1 cancer, but they want to wait till they get stage 4 cancer, then go in and get treated. That's like a person that got a hickey on their head, a big knot right here. All of a sudden they just, well, nah, I want to postpone this. That's like a person who going blind every day. Their sight is blurry and blurry. They just want to wait till they're completely blind, postpone it, defer it until they can't see at all. What? How could postponing something be so good? No, man, get it over with. Let's do it. Pay the tax. I'd rather pay the tax now or tax free. But that postponing is trickery. But most of y'all put in tax free. If that's true, let me ask yourself, why is most of American savings are in tax postponement vehicles? Most of America, and the system push it on you, is in postponing your taxes. No, don't pay now. Postpone them and pay them later. Now let's think about what's later. If you look at your tax brackets, if you don't know it, I can tell you how to figure it out. If you look at the taxes right now, when Trump came in, the reason why they like Trump, because he just reduced taxes, especially for corporate America. But if you look at taxes right now, they're pretty low. After 2025, Trump's tax law is going to sunset. It's going to expire, and taxes are going to go back up higher. Democrats like that because they feel they're going to get more money for the government. You know, it's thing is a them against us. The Republicans don't like to pay taxes because, a lot of them, they say they make a lot of money. But let me tell you something. Some of y'all don't know if I'm a Democrat or if I'm a Republican, but let me tell you something. I'm for justice. And I'll give you one clue. I could never be, regardless of the money, I could never sit next to anybody who's a member of a hate group and hate me and discriminate against me. I don't care about the money. I could never be a part of that. Money is not my God. I like justice. I like peace. I like love. I like sharing. We all gonna die. So I would feel good about just being peaceful and loving and sharing. You can't take it all with you. So I won't be on the side of any group that hate me, hate people that look like me just because of the color of my skin. I won't be in any group that I've identified who discriminate against people that look like me, or people who discriminate in general. I don't care if they don't look like me. Discrimination. I won't be a part of that group. So that should give you a clue who I'm with. I'm with justice. I'm with fairness. I'm with the universal law. I'm with the golden rule. Treat others the way you'd want someone to treat you. Okay, so let's get back. All right, so if most of y'all said, good morning, P. Most of y'all said out of the three buckets, the taxable bucket, tax deferred bucket, and a tax-free bucket, most of y'all said y'all want your money in the tax-free. If that's true, why most of your money is in 401k's and IRAs? You don't even know what the tax law is going to be 10 years from now, 5 years from now. You don't know. Every time a new president, a new administration comes in, the taxes change. They just change them because they're jockeying for your money. The reason why a lot of people, including myself, have businesses, entrepreneurial strategy. Now, if you don't want to go into having business and employees, you can all you got to do is consider yourself a business is just have real estate, have a duplex, have a rental property. That's a business because you got to deal with tenants. So that's a business. There's plenty of deductions for you. Okay. But if some people say, no, I don't want to do nothing. Listen, let me tell you something. There ain't no free lunch. You're going to have to do something. If there was a way to make money and be wealthy and rich, as lazy as my mom called me growing up, I would have found it. Nobody wants to do nothing. Nobody just want to just make money, just live off the land. That's not how the scriptures, that's not how the creator made it. We all have to reap what we sow. You got to sow. You can't just sit here and say, do me. No, it's a cost for that. We got to pay the price. So if you're going to provide housing for someone, you don't have to manage it. Listen, all my real estate, I don't know none of the tenants. Matter of fact, I never met the tenants. Do I want to meet the tenants? No, because they may look at me and not want to pay the rent. They may judge me. Oh, I ain't look at this dude with glasses on. You like a nerd. I ain't paying him. No, I have a manager. I'd rather pay a manager 10% to collect my rent. That's what I would do. But mainly that little 10% is a tax deduction also that I pay a management fee. But I get all of the tax deduction, the depreciation, the write-off. If I fly there or drive past there, my mileage. If I'm on the way to look at my property, if I stop by a restaurant to eat, there's a property out of the town, I get on an airplane and fly and look at the property, my airline expense, all that's tax deductible. Because why? Because I'm going to mind my business. And anytime, any money that you spend to mind your business is a tax write-off. So if you're getting a W-2 from the man or business or whatever, then you still get a tax. You get a deduction. My own company, Henderson Financial Group, I get a W-2. I work for Henderson Financial Group, even though it's me, but Henderson Financial Group is an entity. I work for the company. Everybody here, W-2. But do we have other stuff on the side? Yes. And it's all kinds of break. Oh my God. If you guys knew how not to pay taxes legally, man, you guys will be doing it. But I don't know, y'all doing like everybody else. Y'all just 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, just driving in the traffic, doing the same thing. You cannot do what 95% of the people do and expect to get something different. You're going to get what the 95% of people get. You don't want that. And it's only 5% of people who are rich and wealthy. If you want to be the 5%, you got to make a change. And stop saying, I don't feel like doing. If you don't feel like doing, you're going to stay in your same rat race. That's what it is. You got to do things differently. Okay. So we know that most of y'all have your money inside of tax postponement. And when you get ready to take the money out, you always got to take out 10%, 20% taxes and whatever. When you think about it, the longer you live, you chipping away at that deduction that you first got when they say put money in a 401k. The government get it all back. Because remember, when you take money out, you got to give them back that money. And the pile of money is higher later on because it has grown over 20, 30 years than when you first started. Now, is there a solution? Yes, there's a solution. Convert it. If you got $500,000 in an IRA or $500,000 or more, $1 million or whatever, 300,000, pick your number, whatever you got into a 401k, you can convert it little bit by little bit. Get out of jail, little bit by little bit. Do like Shawshank Redemption. You can't just bust out of prison. You got to get a plan. Be like Chicken George. Get a plan and say, okay, within 5 years, I'm going to have my money all out of this government 401k stuff. They get my money. You take a little bit out. At the Henderson Financial Group, we can show you how to convert your jail money. Yeah, that's what I call it, jail money. You look at your statement, you're a firefighter, you're a policeman, like, man, I got 1.5 million. That ain't your money. That ain't your money. They fooling you. That's an illusion. That ain't your money. That's you and the government's money. And if you live somewhere where state taxes, that's you. That state taxes are money too. Any income is taxable. You got to pay state, you got to pay federal. And don't even think about if you live in Chicago, live in New York. Oh my God. In California. Oh my God. Love those places. Love to visit. Love to go to New York. See, plays and stuff. And I got clients in New York, California too. Love California. Love to go there to visit LA. But we don't want to live there. No. Take all your money. So the solution is you want to convert it from taxable, because you want to pay taxes. Your mama got to pay taxes. Your daddy got, your children, everybody got to pay taxes. And if the tax, listen, if they all of a sudden, the government always, you can't do anything about it because you ain't got no guns and you ain't got no bullets, you ain't got no fighter planes. If the government, when a new government come in, even Democrat, when they come in, they say, okay, we're going to raise these taxes because y'all making too much money, rich people. So now we want everybody who have a 401k retirement account, we want to charge a 50% tax on it. What you going to do? What you going to do? You going to leave the country? No, you ain't going nowhere. You don't have no control. That's my point. You don't have no control over the most money that you have because you have it in postponement. Leave it up to the government to decide how much they want to tax you. You got to take control. This is why I never got that. I never liked that. I never liked that. Never. Because it didn't make sense. Put your money. Let me give you a story. Some of y'all came in late and you don't understand what I'm saying. So let me give you a story, because a picture is worth 1,000 words. I'm going to give you a story to help bring this home. Once upon a time, there was this farmer. No, he wasn't a farmer first. This guy was a city boy, and his grandfather died and left him a 1,000-acre farm. So y'all with me so far? Use imagination, okay? So this guy leaves the city, he goes to the farm, and he says, oh man, my grandfather left me all this acreage farm, and I need to plant some crop. I need to go buy some seed so I can plant some tomatoes, some okra, some cabbage, some bananas. I need to grow some trees so later on they can have shade. I need to grow apple trees. I need to plant some mangoes, need to plant, just do a whole lot of planting. So 1,000 acres, man, I'm gonna have a big farm, food. If the government shut down, we're gonna have food here. So I gotta plant. And matter of fact, since I got 1,000 acres, I'm gonna plant some crop and I'm gonna sell what at harvest time. I'm gonna sell some of my crop, make more money. So I'm gonna make money off this farm. So y'all with me so far? Okay, so listen. So the guy goes to, there's a store, it's a farm store, like a feed store where you go and get all the seeds and all that, right? Okay, I'm going somewhere with this story, so I want y'all to pay attention. This story is going to talk about Roth, it's going to talk about tax-free, and it's going to talk about tax postponement. But I'm telling it in a story because words sometimes get in the way. You didn't hear me, you didn't understand me, and maybe I'm talking too fast. But the story, I want you to visualize. So this guy goes and he goes to the farm store and he loves watermelon. Me too. I like watermelon. Watermelon is pretty good. A lot of water in it, real healthy for you. And plus it cuts your appetite too, makes you feel full. Okay, so this guy goes into the farm store where he get the feed and get all the seeds and you can plant whatever you want to plant. And he goes up to the counter and he says, listen, I see here's some watermelon seeds. And I see each bag of watermelon seeds costs $10. And inside this bag of watermelon seeds, there are 100 seeds. Man. So, but it costs $10 for the whole bag. So he gets a bag And he goes up to the counter, and the guy at the register is wearing a red, white, and blue Uncle Sam hat. Yeah, that's a good visual for y'all can remember. So the guy at the register is wearing one of those big, tall George Washington Uncle Sam, red, white, and blue with the stars on, okay, hat. And he says, hey, you want to buy this bag of watermelon seeds that contain 100 seeds? You want to buy it for $10? Yes, the guy says. And Uncle Sam said, listen, if you buy it for $10, the tax on it today is 20%. And 20% of $10 is $2. So Uncle Sam, the cash register guy, tell him, he said, listen, I'm looking out for you, buddy. Why spend $10 plus $2 tax today? That means you got to come out of your pocket with $12. Why would you do that? That's what Uncle Sam tell you, and telling all y'all. There's a better way to buy these seeds, they say. He says, why don't you postpone? No, they don't tell y'all to postpone. They tell y'all to defer, because they know y'all don't know what defer. So why don't you defer the $2 tax, and I'll let you have it for $10. And the guy says, get out of here. You kidding me? You'll do that for me? Oh, government. That you government with that red, white, and blue hat on. You running the register and you just advising. As a matter of fact, you just got a bullhorn out. You telling everybody to defer. Instead of paying $10 plus paying the tax right now, $2, you want to postpone paying the taxes. So this guy, he went for that. He went for that because he heard other people were doing that. They were coming out the store. Other people was getting the 401k. Other people was getting the IRA. All their friends, family, everybody was doing that. So he just went in there and he did it too. The guy said, listen, this bag of seeds costs $10, but the tax is $2, but you don't have to pay the $2 now. You can pay them later. You can postpone it. And he did what everybody else did. But somebody like, no, I ain't gonna say me. Say another gentleman came in and he watched this. He's one of them kind of know this could see. You know what I say? Three type of people: those who see when they're told, and those who just talk to them in the blue in the face. So he saw what was happening. So this other gentleman, he came in and he said, well, I want to buy a bag of those watermelon seeds that contain 100 watermelons. I want to buy that bag for $10 also. So the government, Uncle Sam at the register, say, hey, did you see what I just did? Don't pay the tax now, postpone it to later. And the guy said, no. I want that gum off my shoe. I don't want y'all in my hair, Uncle Sam. I don't want y'all later on. Later on? Why I want to deal with y'all later on? I'm going to deal with the beast right now. I'm going to pay the $10 and you say 20% tax. Here's your $2. So now, boom, I don't owe you no more. And Uncle Sam said, well, this guy here could see somebody he ain't following the 95% of the other people. Out of 100 people, 95 of them postpone their taxes, paying it. And only 5 of them did like he. This is real statistical data. The system keeps all this data on thinkers, people who can think. From when every child that's born, let me tell you something, this is real data. For 100 children that's born today, they already know that 95 of them going to need help. They already know the 95 going to be dependent on the government. Only 5 of them going to be thinkers. That's it. Only 5 of them ain't going to need the government help. And only 5 of them are going to be rich or wealthy. The 95% of them is going to be stuck like Chuck. This system's been going on since the 1920s. They just keep data. And it's true. It's accurate. It's probability. It's like an almanac. They know. And most people behave like that. Just like they know that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock on Monday through Friday, they know traffic 5 o'clock is gonna be bad all over the country. They ain't gonna just smooth traffic. They just know. Who told them? Because statistical data. They look at last week. They look at the data. Just know. So let's stick with the story. Okay, so now the guy that deferred his taxes, he didn't have to pay $12. He paid $10 because now he on Uncle Sam. So he takes his bag of seeds and he takes them to the farm and he plants his seed, 100 seeds. When harvest time comes, he has 100 fat, ripe, plump watermelons. Now he wants to sell, takes those watermelon, 100 of them. He wants to take them to the market and sell them because they're in demand. So he goes and he sells 100 watermelons for $5 each. That's 100 times 5, that's $500. He only paid $10 for the bag. He turned $10 into $500. That's a hell of a profit. That's better than drugs, and it's legal. Only thing he didn't do, he just postponed those taxes. So he paid $10, even though, remember now, he didn't pay the taxes. Then he got to pay the taxes later. He didn't pay the tax on the seed. He getting ready to sell 100 watermelons at $5 per watermelon, which is $500. He gonna sell it to Mr. Cockdale. Mr. Cockdale buys it for $500. Uncle Sam say, you just made a profit of $500. You got to pay 20% in tax. Man gonna say, why I got to pay 20%? Because you ain't paid in the beginning on the seed. You paying it on the harvest. You paying it when you done made a whole lot more money. In other words, you paying it when your 401k done blew up and you kept putting more money in it and it went up high. That's when you want to pay your taxes. Now, what kind of cockamamie sense does that make? So he had to pay 20% on $500 profit. 20% is $100. So he don't put $500 in his pocket. He only gonna put $400 in his pocket because $100 go to Uncle Sam. Now, what did Uncle Sam do other than run that register and con him and tell him? He should have. What did he do? He just put the bull home and said, all y'all do this and all y'all keep doing it. And some people about to retire next year and they put more money into the 401k because they want to have more for retirement. That makes no sense. I want y'all to, today is thinking day. Since I'm here, nobody here but me. It's one-on-one. It's an intimate conversation. Linda not here. James, he not here. This is me and you. Me and you. I want you to think. Okay, so what did the other do? What did the other dude do? Man, my green tea getting warm, man. It was hot when I first started. Man, I left it. Usually I have peppermint tea, but that green tea pretty good too, especially when it's hot, warm now. But anyway, what did the other guy do? The other guy that could see, he didn't go for that Uncle Sam trick. When he got to the registry, remember, Uncle Sam said, hey, don't pay the taxes. It's $10. You ain't got to pay the $2, 20% tax to make it $12. Postpone it. He said, no. I'm going to pay you right now. I want you out my hair. I don't want you in my pockets for later. I don't want you in my business. Let me pay you now and be off with you. So the guy paid $10 for the seed and $2 for the taxes and off. So when he got ready, he planted his watermelons also. And when harvest time came, he had 100 watermelons. And each of them he sold for $5. So that's $500. When he went to sell them to told him to Mr. Cockdale, and Mr. Cockdale gave him $500, he kept every dime. Uncle Sam ain't have, only thing Uncle Sam could do was look and say, yeah, one got away. That's what you all doing when you keep on postponing paying your taxes on this 401k. Think about this. It's so bad until I could see if you have to pay on your 401k IRAs. I could see if you have to pay taxes on the money that you didn't pay tax on. In other words, if you put in $10,000 and you didn't pay tax on it, that's $2,000, 20% bracket. Later on, you should be able to pay all your taxes you didn't pay. But no. As your value of your retirement accounts go up higher, Uncle Sam's sharing that too. So Uncle Sam get part of your growth and the taxes. That's highway robbery, man. That's not good, man. That's bad. They ought to be shame on themselves. But you know, Uncle Sam says, the government says, and all the 401k and IRA, they say, listen, we're forcing people to save something because they wouldn't save at all. And then the companies have a nerve to say, we're going to match whatever you put in, 3% or 5%. What the hell is 3% or 5%? What is that? I never did it because let me tell you something. When I was 19 years old and I was working at this firm, it's real estate, I got a real estate license. And I got this real estate license. I'm 65 years old. I got this real estate license. And I seen a guy that was in real estate. He was developing. He was building houses and building duplex. I said, man, how you do that? And he told me I can get one too. And I bought a real estate. I bought a duplex. When I bought that duplex, it gave me all the tax deduction that a 401k IRA would do. But I ain't got to deal with Uncle Sam. And guess what? I paid $70,000 for that duplex. Today, that duplex paid off, and each side, it went for $1,950. Yeah, $1,950 each side. And it's worth over $500,000. Do I pay the property taxes? The tenants pay the property tax. I get the deduction. Do I pay the home insurance? The tenants pay that. But I get that deduction too, because when you have rental property, the insurance, homeowners insurance for a hurricane or whatever, you get I can deduct that off my W-2 money that I get from Henderson Financial Group. That's how the system. But if you just spending all your money on Gucci and Prada and Louis Vuitton belts and all that, you're doing the wrong thing. You acting rich instead of being rich and doing the things that's going to get you money. That rental property is far more. That rental property cost me. And matter of fact, when I bought it, when I was 19 years old, it cost me $70,000. I remember putting, I think, 10% down, $7,000. And one side, the whole mortgage was $600. I lived in one side, and I paid $100, and I had the tenant pay $500. So basically, the tenant's been paying the whole time, $7,000. Now look what it's $500,000. Think about it. That's financial planning, man. Stop. Listen, the government is not your big daddy. I mean, they're not taking care of you. Remember this, what I'm saying. If the government give it and take it away, it is so many loopholes and so many tax benefits for the self-employed. Most self-employed people don't know this, though, because they just go to H&R Block or some side accountant or whatever. I mean, I used to 15 years ago, I had a CPA that didn't know none of this stuff. And I say, why you didn't tell me this stuff? She says, we don't go to school for that. We go for debits and credits, and we're just doing taxes. We don't go to school for that strategy. Well, I want strategy, and you need strategy. You don't need nobody who just charge you and just doing the same thing, giving you the same thing every year. If you paid taxes last year and you still going to that same accountant, you got to be one big fool. If you're paying $5,000, $3,000, $1,000. And your accountant said this is what you got to pay. And next year, you're going to go back to the same accountant and you got to still pay. You got to be, okay, I see why you got a 401k. I see why you're doing that. I want you to think, man. Think. Call 305-825-1444. Now, how do you get from having a postponement, the tax deferred retirement account? You call the Henderson Financial Group. We show you how to ease your way out. If you have $500,000 in it, we'll show you how to take $50,000 out, or we'll show you a way how to take $100,000 out and put it into a tax-free account that's going to grow over 5 years. You can't do it all at one time, man. You just can't. When you get ready to eat, man, you can't just eat everything. If you got a 3-course meal, you can't just put all the food in your mouth at one time. You'll get sick or throw up, or it ain't gonna go good. You got to ease it in, because you done been doing something for 10, 15, 20 years, put money in deferring the taxes. Now you got a new thought, a new idea. Now, how do you get out of this jail? How do you get out of this trap? How do you get out of this Trojan horse? If y'all don't know what I mean by Trojan horse, just Google what is meant by a Trojan horse. It's a Trojan horse. It's a psych up. It's a setup. You've been befooled. You've been fooled. You've been weak. You've been tricked. That's what a Trojan horse is. Look like this, but it's that. Call 305-825-1440. What you want to do is do a conversion. Now, when you do an IRA or 401k conversion, like I say, you ease it out one at a time and you convert it. Now the money will grow, and you don't have to sell your stocks or your mutual funds. You just do the conversion. You open up a second account and you put the money in there. Now, as it grows in Apple and Microsoft and Google, now it grows tax-free like a Roth. But you're going to have to pay the taxes, but with the tax blow will be less than, if you don't take it all out at one time. So call 305-825-1444, and we'll tell you how to ease and get those shackles off your ankles. around your neck and off your wrists, because you got to understand the way how money works. Okay. Now, I like the Roth. Why? Because the ROTH means that if you put money into a Roth today, let's walk it through. You work for a job, you have your own job, you have your own company. The money that you usually take home and put into your bank account so you can dispose it and spend it how you want to, you take that money and you open up a Roth. A Roth is an account that you can put in. You can put real estate. You could put um, stocks. You could put bonds. You could put CDs. You could put annuities. But whatever you put into this account for retirement, when you get ready to take the money out, it grows. It grows tax free. But the catch is you got to keep it in there at least 5 years if you're just starting out. And you got to wait until you're 59 and a half. That's the only thing I don't like about the Roth. You got to wait until you're 59 and a half. But, there's a strategy that we use. If you have a side hustle, you have a business, at home business or cut lawn service or whatever. If you got young children, and this year you can pay your child $13,850, and they ain't got to pay no tax. That's exempt. The first $13,850 from a child is exempt. They don't pay no taxes on it. What if you pay that amount of money out of your business to your child? So now, when you pay it out of your business to your child, that's a tax write-off as a business expense to your business. So you get a tax deduction from that. You do. What happens to the money? Then the money goes into a Roth account for your child. 13,800, putting that thing in a good, solid investment fund, and it grows tax-free. Your child may be 6 years old, 10 years old, 18 years old, and you get a tax deduction, and you can actually put that money away. Man, you talking about college funding, tax-free? Oh my God. But the only thing about the Roth is you still got to put it inside of the market, the general market, the stock market, which is volatile. That's why I like that same concept, but I like putting it inside an index universal life, an IUL. Why? Because when you put it in the index universal life, which we sell and we put them together for you, the money that you put in there, it doesn't fluctuate. It's either going to stay still and get 4 or 5%, or it's going to go and get 10, 12%. But whatever it gets, you never pay tax on it, because remember, it's a Roth. And you put the money in there, so you got a tax deduction from your business. If you want to know more about that strategy, man, because that's an advanced strategy, which is good. I mean, good. Call 305-825-1444. Mr. Caravan, you just getting in here. You saying good morning. Yes, it is a good morning. You're going to have to go back. You and Miss Lily Mae Vickers, you have to go back. I got 6 more minutes before I get off this show. But good thing this is Facebook and YouTube, so you can go back and watch the show. Okay, the Henderson Financial Group, Understanding Money. You can go back, Robert Henderson Jr. You can go back and look it up, because I want you guys to learn something, and I want you to think about what I said today, and I want you to share this with other people who you love and care about. Because a lot of us are just doing things and not really thinking, and we're just doing it because that's what everybody else do. There's scripture that says, you want to go with a road less traveled. You don't want to go with a 95% of people going, because 95% of the people are not rich or wealthy. So why follow or why develop habits that they're doing? They're blind. You want to be out of the 3 people that I talk about, those who see is one. The next type of person is those who see when they're told. That's where you want to be. You want to see when you're told, because you can learn, you can grow. And the third person is just, you can talk to them in the blue in the face. They're not going to see. And there's a lot of people like that. I used to be upset about it and feel bad about it until I read the scriptures, and Jesus says there will always be the poor among you. Then it clicked. Yeah, some people just can't see. They just, not in this lifetime, maybe the next lifetime. You don't know what they came to the planet, what they have to work out, what they did in their last life. I don't know. We don't know. I choose to believe that, man can't die. The physical body dies, but the spirit lives on. Why? Because the creator is energy. Energy can't die. And the creator is infinite, never dies. And we're part, we have been created in the creator's image, so to speak. We just got these bodies that we in, but we're greater than what we can see or think. That's why thinking is really important, and you always want to learn and advance yourself and grow. Stop doing what everybody else doing. Call 305-825-1444. Have a private session with us so we can talk to you about your investment strategy. I mean, if most of your money is inside of a 401k or 457 plan or IRA, then you got it in the wrong plan. But it's not too late. There's hope. There's help. You can always ease it out, pay the taxes, get out of jail, and ease it out. It's kind of like some people ask me, can you just take it from a postponement tax deferred account and just put it into a tax free? Well, I'm gonna give you a metaphor, an example. Let's imagine that you on the turnpike, and the turnpike is running parallel to I-95. And the turnpike, you got to pay all these tolls. You look over there in I-95, they ain't paying no tolls. In order to get off the next exit of the turnpike, you got to pay that last toll. And then you can get on the I-95 where there's no tolls. But you're on the turnpike. You can't just jump off of it without paying. You got to pay the last toll. But at least that's the last toll. You're not going to keep paying more. And if you go to New York, man, them tolls going to George Washington Bridge, man, they ain't no $2. Them things are high. So you got to navigate when you're getting ready to take your road trip through life. You want to get the best plan, the best roadmap. Some people want to take the scenic. Some people want to take the express. We want to take the express. There's risk in the express. If you want to get there and be comfortable, then it's less risk. All right. So I really hope you guys learned some. I hope that I gave you something to think about today. See, the taxable bucket, all money got to go in one of these, or all money goes into these buckets. Taxable buckets, which is when you just, earn interest or earn dividends, that's still taxable. If you put money in the bank, that's still taxable. If you earn money from a job, that's taxable. The next bucket is tax postponement, meaning that you don't pay taxes, but you will pay taxes later, which is foolish to me. Because you don't know what later is. You don't know what the future holds. They ain't trying to make taxes go down lower. They're trying to make taxes on earned income higher. So if you know that the government is such need and the deficit and the budget so high, you think they want to just lower taxes? No. They want to try to get as much as they could. So taxes are going to have to go up. So why are you postponing paying the taxes now, lower time? You want to wait until they change it and make taxes go higher, and then you want to retire and take your money out when taxes are high. That doesn't make sense. You don't have to be a financial planner or expert to understand what I just said. Just like the story I just told you, what you want to pay tax on the seed or the harvest? Why would you pay tax on the harvest when you can pay tax on the seed? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, how to do it, call the Henderson Financial Group. In fact, you can go on our website at www.thehendersonfinancialgroup.com, www.hendersonfinancialgroup.com. And it's a plethora of information. You can actually make an appointment that way. You can fill out what we call a confidential questionnaire. And we'll get it right online. And we'll contact you, and we'll have a roll up our sleeves, and we'll have a conversation with you. It's up to you, but you got to be proactive. You should do something and be serious about your life. If you really love yourself, show it. You should be at a point now where you say, man, I ain't playing no more. And you shouldn't, because, man, time is moving. It ain't waiting for nobody. Each and every one of us should say, I ain't playing no more. Look in the mirror and say, I ain't playing no more. And stop playing. Ain't no time to play. It's your life. Okay, and we're slowly getting to the haves and the have-nots. You're either gonna have or you're not gonna have. They try to just destroy the middle class. You either can or cannot. That's why fraud is just just running rapid. They got something for the frosser too. They can put you in jail and be modern day slaves. Trust me, they got something. The eye, the enemy, the eye, all this kind of stuff that they're working on. Okay. But listen, I got to go. I hope you guys learned something. Peace, love, happiness. Take care of yourself. Be safe. That virus I hear is out there. So, really, watch what you're doing, and happy Saturday. And call us 305-825-1444. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. Peace. Gotta go.